What is up, everybody? It's your man, I Do a Barber here, and I got a fun new hairstyle for you. A nice little crop on my man Nick. We're not gonna take any of the length off the top, but we're gonna add some texture to it. But first, I'm starting off creating my first guideline with my adjustables with the lever slightly open, and now I close the lever and I'm just removing that bulk. Typically you could use some balders, but I choose to use these because when I come back with my Braun Series 7 shaver, you will be able to take all of that bulk down. That's why I love the Braun Series 7s or the Series 9s, because you don't have to get the hair so close. Those shavers take down hair at some pretty high length. So as you see with the shaver, and this is just from the adjustables closed, I don't have to take my trimmers to bald out or take a 5 out or a balding clipper. They mow down hair pretty good. And any of the products you see in this video will be in the description below, guys. So if you want to cop any of that, you could do so. Also, there's a shop Amazon link that you could use and buy anything you want on Amazon. Share it with anybody, just copy and paste the link and use that. It'll help support the channel. So now I've got my adjustables open and I'm creating a 1-inch guideline going around the head, about 1 inch. On the sides, you see there, the guideline's a little bit tighter, more like a 3/4 to 1/2 of an inch. But in the back, I made sure it was 1 inch because the hair in the back is typically more dense and coarse than the sides. So as you see, I'm coming with my slim lines. I'm just taking out that shaver line. I'm doing this now so I don't have to worry about it later when it's time for me to fade out with the adjustables. So now I've got my adjustables about halfway and I'm going up about 3/4 of the way into that guideline I created with the adjustables open. Now the intent here is not to erase the line, but to lighten that bottom line created by the adjustables. So now I've got the lever almost closed, but I'm still attacking that bottom line. So now I'm coming up. You should see that bottom line lighten up quite a bit when I go around this time. And I'll still have to go back and close the lever and then completely erase out that bottom line. This is typically the way I fade. If you guys are curious, see now I have the lever closed and I'm using the corners now because there's not much work to be done. I like fading like this because you put the guideline in with your adjustables open and then you completely erase it before you go into the next step and make sure everything is clean before you go into the next step. And that allows structure in your fades and it keeps everything clean. I like fading like this. And in this, I'm using the mixture of the blades and the adjustables. So you get to see sort of a hybrid style of fading. So now I've got my 1.5 blade on and I'm going up another inch, creating another guideline with my 1.5 blade. And like I said earlier, I'm using a hybrid style of fading, using the mixture of the blades and the adjustables with the half guard. So I'll be using the wall half with this one. So now I've got the wall half on with the lever closed and I'm just attacking this bottom line that was created with the adjustables open. Typically I don't start off like this. Typically I start off with the lever all the way open on my half, but today I just felt like being funky, so I just attacked that bottom line with the wall half closed. You can go the other way and work your way down if you want. This is just what I chose to do at this time. I honestly don't do it like this all the time. I just decided to do it like this for this haircut. Don't ask why, guys. I do a lot of different things when I'm fading. I like to try new techniques. So as you see now, like the lever is open on my half and I'm able to go up a lot higher into that 1.5 guideline, as you can see. And my man Nick, he wanted to keep a lot of that disconnect on the sides. Like most crops, it's a square shape and Got a lot of bulk through the parietal ridge and the recession area. So he wants to keep a lot of that. So I'm not trying to go too high. So see, now I have the 2 blade on and I'm just going straight up off of his parietal ridge. I'm not following his head shape. I'm not digging into his parietal ridge because we want to keep that nice square shape. And he wants to keep a lot of that disconnect. So I'm going straight to allow me to have some sort of shelf for that hair to disconnect and lay on and rest on. So here I've got the 1.5 blade on and I'm just tidying up underneath the 2. This is where I went up with the 2. It slightly can throw off the blend or the proportion of the blend. So now I'm just coming back with the 1.5, making sure it's A-OK. Now I came back with my half guard and I'm just cleaning up, making sure the proportion of the blend is correct, making sure I get a nice, even blend. And I know the holidays are here, guys. Everyone's buying stuff, Black Friday, Christmas, birthdays, whatever the case is. Use my Shop Amazon link. It helps me out. Just copy and paste the link, share it with your family members. You can use it yourself. Use my Shop Amazon link that's in the description. It's in the description of every single video that I do. So help me out on that one. I would appreciate the love. And don't forget to subscribe. So now we're actually going into texture in the top. We're taking out some of the weight, but I did not use my thinning shears. There's one thing you could do is use your thinning shears. And if you notice the angle that I'm coming in with my scissors, so notice this, I'm coming in with a more vertical angle. Remember this, when you're trying to point cut, whichever way you decide to point cut, if you come in at a more diagonal way point cutting, you're gonna reduce more length. Rather, if you take a more vertical approach into point cutting, you will be removing bulk. So just remember that as you go in point cutting, depends on your intentions, because if you watch people point cut, you may just watch them and see that they're point cutting, but pay attention to the angle that they're coming into the hair. So that's one thing to note from what I was actually doing. So now I'm just doing some clip over comb. I noticed some of the hairs in the parietal ridge that I didn't get with the 2, so I just tidied that up with some clip over comb. And now I'm just checking the balance of the haircut. So now you see my man Nick, he's feeling himself. We over there vibing. See, it's too bad y'all can't hear the music we're listening to, but we were vibing, listening to some Idris Elba on the Wheels of Steel DJing. If y'all didn't know, Idris Elba's a DJ, and I be playing his mixes while I'm cutting hair a lot. But see, back here again, point cutting, and you can see the angle that I'm coming in, and you can see there isn't any length being taken away. You can see the bulk being removed, but there's no length being taken away, and you can see that as I cut the hair. So for those of you that want to try point cutting like this, you can. So now we're about to get into some detail work. So now this is when you're done with the haircut, you want to come back and polish anything that you see. So now I'm just going to line up his box. Just keep it real simple. I'm not going across the front of his hairline. I'm just doing the sides here. And I like doing this. Some people leave it natural, some people don't. I just think it's a little bit better, a nice little finishing touch to a already good haircut. And it just makes things stand out a lot more. And like I said, you want to just touch anything that you see, and that's it. So now here on this fringe, I'm going to take some of the weight out. And here's another little thing with taking weight out and stuff like this. It's better to do it when the hair is dry, to texture and take weight out, because you can get an accurate picture of the actual hair and how thick it really is. When the hair is wet, you don't have an accurate picture of what's really thick and what's not. You're just taking out random bulks of hair. I prefer to do it when it's dry, because then you can pick and choose where you want to take weight out from, because not everyone's density is the same. So I'm using my I Do a Barber paste. If you saw there, I just grabbed a little bit and I'm just putting it in. That my paste is good to add texture to hair, and it really makes the texture pop, especially from all of the work that I did point cutting. So you can see a lot of that texture already, but now I'm gonna come in here and just sort of roll some of the hair and really put it where and how I want it. So you see how I'm rolling this hair? I'm really doing this to, one, create really defined texture, but also get some of that product off of my palm. Because if you see on my palms, I had some, well, you can't really see it, but I had product on my palm, and I'm just trying to use all of the product that was in my hand. So this was a fun style, fun haircut. If you guys are curious, this haircut took me 30 minutes to do. So for those of you that are wondering, like, how long does it take to do a style like this? 30 minutes or less. You could do it in less time. But, you know, it's a little different because we were shooting a YouTube video, so I had to pay some attention to the camera, and we were also talking. But yeah. And guys, don't forget to subscribe. I'm using some hairspray here to finish off. This is some Pantene Pro V spray. It has some hold to it, gives a little bit extra shine. So now I'm just pulling some finishing touches. You'll see some of the pictures that I took later. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video, guys. Support the channel and growth. I have some big plans when I hit 50K subscribers. I have a big giveaway, so share the channel. So you see the look there, my man Nick, a nice style for him. A crop, nicely faded texture. You see he's feeling himself, feeling like a model. Look at him. See when they see themselves in the mirror and they're like, uh-oh. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know what you think of the haircut. It's pretty clean. Look at him. Gangsta. I'll holler.